everybody. Welcome to Ticket Stubs and Popcorn. We have a new installment today, and you know the show. Two guys just pick an actor, and in our opinion, we're going to give you what we feel is his or hers best three performances.
Yeah, I'm Frank.
And I'm Peter.
And should we get into it, or did you have?
Hang on just a second.
Yeah. What?
Before we get into the featured presentation, the featured actor.
Yeah. What are you?
I was thinking of. I'm going to pose you a question. Last time you posed me a question, it was kind of at the same juncture, just before we're getting into it. This will be something for you to think about while we're discussing. The top three performances.
Okay.
So we're going to go with a little recasting.
Okay.
Of a movie.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you a movie.
All right.
And I'll just tell you somebody to recast in the movie. All righty. We're going to go with Iron Man, and I want you to recast Gwyneth Paltrow.
Okay. All right.
But give it some thought. We'll come back to that.
I'll think about it. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. All right. Great. All right. So
we can make
that's
that
fine.
work somehow.
So last time we picked out of the magic jar of red tickets Emma Stone, and that's what we're going to talk about today. I've got three, and Peter's got three, and I'm going to start.
You start.
I'll start. My favorite performance of hers is Easy A.
Okay.
It's it's a great movie, and she's great in it. It is funny. It has a really good point.
Yeah,
Everybody in it is fantastic, and I really think that it was her first time where she was like the star and a star in that movie.
Yeah,
she
I
totally
would agree
carried
that's the first.
That whole movie, and it really showed her comedic talents, and she's in there with people like Stanley Tucci. You know, there's some big guns there. Yeah. You know, and she did an amazing job. I thought that was a really funny movie. She's very, very funny. I've seen her do interviews, and she's just naturally very funny. She's very she feels very approachable. She feels like just like a normal kind of person. And I thought that in Easy A, she really, really carried that off. My next pick would be La La Land. Mm-hmm. I think that it was still kind of and it's going to be in stark contrast to my third, but it showed that she can dance and that she can sing, and I loved her chemistry with Ryan Gosling. I thought that was really great, and it was really kind of cool about that it's not really a movie about making movies, but it is kind of a movie about like LA and people trying to get started in the biz and find their thing and find out where that thing kind of works in with the rest of
where's it going to take
where does their creative life meet their personal life, and how to sort of work with that. And I love the way that movie ended. It was one of her probably first real mature movies. Although my third one is probably her most mature movie. That would be that'd be Birdman, about which I have a lot to say. I thought that Birdman was the first movie for her where she played an adult.
Yes.
Had
an adult voice.
Yeah, she had an adult voice. She had adult concerns, and she was dealing with her father, not like a daughter with a dad. It was more like an adult daughter with a dad. It was, look, you know what? I'm an adult here. You're losing your goddamn mind. You're going off the edge, and I'm worried. And she's just trying to rein him in and trying to do that and have that adult responsibilities. So, while I say that La La Land is her as kind of a grown-up, but it's still kind of that, in her 20s grown-up, sorting your shit out. Whereas I I think in Birdman, she's an adult dealing with adult problems, and it's gritty, and it's New York, and it's Michael Keaton.
And it's dealing with other adults, not necessarily like a love interest or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Else.
It's dealing with other people's problems, and other people's problems being a problem for you. And you've got to sort of navigate how it's a problem for her as well as helping solve this problem. So that's what I have to say about her performance in Birdman. I think it's absolutely fantastic.
So those are your three.
Yeah.
I was gonna say one problem I have, and it's not a problem with your picks or a problem with the movies or the performances. It's my problem because Birdman was on my
It's not a
three
problem.
too.
I mean, we both agree.
I thoroughly enjoyed it for all those same reasons.
It would
so
be...
if what I'm saying is going to reiterate a lot, it's so true. She's
definitely an adult. It's an adult world. It's adult problems dealing with other adults, who one happens to be her father.
Right.
But it's still and I just love that whole movie. It can be heavy, but it's magical. It's got that whole other thing going on.
It really does. It really does.
And so many people still don't know how did that movie really ending here?
And I think
like what's really going on. And I think everybody has to decide for themselves what they feel is going on.
Well, what's interesting is I picked that movie. I probably could have bet that would have been in your top three.
Probably. Yeah.
And in thinking about our conversation, I was thinking, you know what? Should we talk about how we think it ended or what the ending was? And I would say no.
I agree.
Okay,
great. That's a good thing because that's how I feel about it.
I think it's going to be open to interpretation.
Exactly. I think it's your own personal journey.
Most
you
definitely.
figure that out on your own.
And
however you want it to end, you got it.
Yeah,
it can change.
It can change depending on where you are in your life. You may feel more like Michael Keaton. You may feel more like his daughter.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it depends on where your hope versus hopelessness ratio is on that particular day. So, and in late 2020, I think we're all leaning toward, hopelessness, but grasping for a little bit of hope.
So one of my picks would be Birdman. I did like your La La Land pick, but that's not in my three picks. But good performance. Enjoyed a little different side. Like I say, you see a little more that dancing, a little more movement. A different kind of exuberance.
Great colors in that movie too. Great set design.
Yeah, no, that's true. One with Birdman, the other in my three would be Battle of the Sexes.
And the reason one thing that I can never ever shake is that when you're watching a performance, and it can be anything. It can be, comedy, it can be drama, it can be anything. I think when you kind of compare movies,
these actors, I think, generally need to put a little more effort. It's harder work, I think, to play a biopic because people know mostly somebody's going to recognize who that person is in the movie. And in this case, she's Billie Jean King and still alive. So it's not like it's ancient history. And I think sometimes it's tougher to play a biographical character than just a fictional character. Because you already have something going in when you go into the movie theater, whether you know the story or not, you kind of know a little bit of the person who they're playing.
And so sometimes I think that the actor puts a little different preparation into their work, and it's a tougher thing. And she pulled that off very nicely. And actually, so did Steve Carell. He does a great Bobby Riggs.
Yeah. Bobby Riggs was such a clown, and Steve, Carell is, such a clown. But let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If when someone is playing a real person, are they?
Yeah, I know.
Are they doing like an imitation of that person? And I this comes up mostly for me like an award season, because you see a lot of awards go to actors who portray real people,
Right.
And
Right.
it's kind of like, yeah, their performance may be great.
You think that
Their imitation may be great. Does that? And this could be a whole other discussion about, you know, Oscar-worthy performances. So, is the imitation is doing a good imitation? I guess this would be the question: is doing a good imitation as challenging for an actor as taking a fictional character from the page and creating a character? Because you've got a director who's directing,
right, but the director, I think, would feel that they would have a little more input if the character is fictional,
right?
Whereas the director says, "Well, I know what I'm thinking of Billie Jean King. You know what you're thinking of Bill. Let's see what we got." So
I don't know. I think there's a little more. I don't want to say the word responsibility on the actor's part. When they're performing a biography or a biopic.
And do you think there's
I don't know. I'm not sure.
More responsibility layered on top of that if that person's still alive? And if that
probably, because if
alive,
you were just doing George Washington, you'd say, well, there's no one around who even remembers what he was like, or how he walked, or how he scratched his nose.
There's Bruce Lee's daughter was not happy with the portrayal of Bruce Lee in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yes.
She's been very vocal about that.
Right.
And Quentin Tarantino was just like, okay.
Yeah.
And
but
you run into that.
There's like a
thing.
PR thing too, though, where I'm not blaming Bruce Lee's daughter. You want to protect this legacy.
Yeah, I get that.
You know what I mean? And you don't want to see anybody be able to kick his ass and go, "Oh, look.
Yeah, but
this character held my dad to a standstill." Well, that wasn't going to happen in real life.
But you know what?
Whether or not it's true or not, you know.
Growing up, you see movies, you hear things, you read karate magazines when you're a kid, whatever. And Bruce Lee was a badass. Period.
Yep.
Full stop. He was a badass. I am pretty sure that this one depiction in this one movie,
I agree,
isn't
going to ruin minutes.
You know, I didn't walk out of there going, I guess Bruce Lee's a pussy. Never mind.
He is.
So, you know, so I don't. I can understand her feelings about it. I get it. But I just wonder about, you know, an actor who needs to portray someone real versus creating an original character. So that was your second pick.
Yes.
As we
come back around on that one.
Around to the topic of conversation.
Yes, I thought that it was
you know, it was a challenging thing to do. You know, she's still a young actress playing Billie Jean King, and not just playing a biographical figure, but playing in this case a physically talented biographer. So because there's the scenes that have nothing to do with tennis necessarily, but then there's you know, the other part of it where there is some physical exertion, and that all takes place.
But I thought that movie,
so
and I thought that they pulled
I enjoyed that performance of hers. So that's why I throw that in there.
And you mentioned Easy A, and that one I agree with you when you say that was her first big role. She's made a name. You know, she's a star. She kind of got off from Superbad. Would have been probably the first. I'm not sure that's her first movie, but that's the first movie that you go, I'm noticing this person in the movie.
Exactly.
And so now she's on the radar, and then I don't know how soon after, but that's about pretty close.
It was
Maybe a year or so later
couple of
would be
years
like
after, because I think
would be
Superbad
Easy
was
A.
like 2007, 2008. Easy A came out 2009, 2010.
Yeah, so it's
You know?
it's a little after, but it's a good sequence. So I enjoyed that one. Like, and I do agree with when you said that that's their first big one. I think the notice comes from Superbad, but
And in Superbad,
good.
I was just gonna say, in Superbad, with all the great people who were in that, and all the good stuff going on in that, for her to be memorable from that and stand out.
Yeah.
When her role was really just kind of
It's
just sort of shuffling along,
It's that
helping
girl.
the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the girl that the dude has the crush on.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but for her to be able to stand out,
Yeah.
that is notable.
yeah, and plus because so many people have their big opportunity in a movie, in that movie. So everybody's trying also, notice me, I'm doing a good job. Look, I got a good role here too. You know, one of those sort of things. Yeah. So she definitely stands out. But my third pick in no particular order necessarily is Zombieland, which I think is just it's a fun movie.
Great movie.
You know
Great
what I mean?
movie, yeah.
And it's not. It's just a fun movie.
Yeah.
It's got an interesting premise. If you don't like zombie movies, maybe
Just don't take it too seriously. It's
Yeah,
not like a
it's-
heavy thing. It's not. It's not a typical zombie.
It's not a
movie.
typical zombie movie.
It's
far
got a
funnier.
fun. It's got a fun little cast. You
Yeah.
can really follow all of them in that one.
Did you
It's
see
a
the
good-
second one?
no. Hasn't that one just come out?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Within the last year or so. I mean,
Oh,
time
I thought
means-
it was even less with.
No,
oh, yeah.
time
see,
means
I know,
nothing anymore.
and where do you catch these movies, right?
Yeah, you can't watch movies.
It's not. Yeah, it's
You
not
can't
at
go
the
to the
theater.
movies
It
anymore.
changes the whole social fabric
Yeah.
thing, as everything has been changed. But
So I enjoyed that Zombieland. It's fun, and once again, you never forget that she's in this movie.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a good little
And again,
role, and everybody kind of knocks it out of the park. But you never ever forget her role.
Right. And it's another
always
place
present. What do you want to say? She's present. She's always there. She's
I think it's great. It's another movie where she has to play a real person. So, and that is difficult. I'm kidding. I know it wasn't real. Zombies aren't real.
except for the Bill Murray. Spoiler alert! Did I ruin that?
Yeah, you just ruined that for a whole.
For
bunch of
everybody,
people.
for every
Everybody.
Zombieland fan
Yes.
out there.
So
What else? Good. So I that's what I'm going. So
Alright.
just to recap, your three
okay.
were
You don't
in
remember.
no particular order.
Yeah.
We'll go with Easy A, which might be your number one. I
I
don't know. But
I didn't really
anyway,
rank them
you didn't
as
say
such.
right. No, I mean, yeah, we haven't been doing that,
Yeah.
and we don't need to.
No.
But Easy A,
Yeah.
Birdman, and let's see. Do I get extra points if I can come up with the third one?
Is were you listening?
I was
Were
pretty
you
much
listening? How are your
ignoring you at
listening
this one.
skills,
Yeah,
Peter?
no, I was ignoring you at this point.
La La
La La Land,
There
yes.
it is. There it is. And your
I put on my
three
dancing shoes.
Your
and my
three
thinking cap.
were was Easy A was that just an agreement or
No,
was that
I just mentioned that I enjoyed
Okay.
that pick
so
of yours.
yours were oh my god.
Yeah, see, you weren't listening either.
It was Superbad and Birdman.
No, it wasn't super bad, but I did mention once again that was like
Oh,
her
so it was
springboard to get-
Zombieland and
Yeah.
and Birdman.
We both agreed on Birdman, right?
And that other one,
Battle of the Sexes.
Battle of the Sexes. I could picture the poster. I just
Okay.
zonked on the name for a second there.
Yes.
So yeah, that's
We don't
Yeah, it's
listen
pretty good.
anymore. Oh,
We
it's
do
just
not
terrible.
listen
You don't
anymore.
bring me flowers anymore.
nor do you. So
Probably for good reason.
probably. So yeah, that's our Emma Stone retrospective.
Oh, wait a
And
minute now. Hang on.
I'm on the hook
We
for that.
we finished that
Yeah.
portion of it. Now I tasked you with the question.
Okay. I have to recast the
You have
Gwyneth
to-
Paltrow role
You got
in Iron Man.
Yes.
Okay. There's a part of me that wants to be funny and say Emma Stone, but
Which one's Emma Stone again?
right?
Yeah.
Emma, you know, no, but in my head, Emma Stone, and I have no idea how true this is, but Emma Stone in my head is too short for Pepper Potts. So.
Yeah, I would, you know, it's funny. Now that you said it, I would say, yeah, probably, but I couldn't tell you how tall she is.
So, yeah, right.
I couldn't tell you, is she much shorter than
I
Gwyneth
have
Paltrow?
no
Couldn't tell
idea.
you.
So let's see. Recast Pepper Potts Iron Man with tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick.
Blythe Danner.
Wow, it's like a whole
Do you like that one?
mother thing. That's
Yeah.
just creepy. Do you know who would have been really no, she's too young.
I don't know.
She's too young.
If she
Do
goes
you know
unmentioned, she might.
You know
be
who would have
up.
been really, really, really interesting? And I think it would have maybe helped her quite a bit. And I'm going to get a lot of crap for
Oh,
this.
jeez. What? Who?
Lindsay Lohan.
She does have resurgences in her career. you know.
Yeah. And she's a far better actor than the,
I
drugs and
agree.
alcohol allow.
No.
Yeah.
She's is a better actress than I think people just write her off because of
Because of all of
personal
her
stuff.
issues. But I could definitely see that.
Yeah.
I could, and I'm probably a little insane for that. Maybe
But no, I mean, yeah, I
maybe
can
like
see
a
her, but-
Kristen Bell
Oh,
could do it,
yeah.
or
yeah.
Whitney Cummings could do it.
Yeah.
What else?
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah. Whitney Cummings.
yeah. So that's kind of what I'm thinking for that. That was a tough one. That's weird. Because, I picture her in that movie, but I also know that later in the series, especially like in Endgame, when she ends up in a suit, you got to kind of picture someone who could also, be a bit of
later,
a badass.
Yeah. Evolve into something else.
So, I think that's what we do. Who are we going to do next week?
Let's take a look
Get
into
the bucket. Get the bucket and
Pick somebody good.
Nick's-
Well,
I'll pick
I would
somebody
like to
good.
think they're all good.
So, all right, you ready? Want
but yeah.
to?
Oh,
Yeah, I think that'll be fun.
yeah.
I think that'll be super fun. All right, let's put it back. So,
Well, I don't wanna put it back.
No, don't put it back because then I'll end up
No.
choosing it again.
It'll just be confusing the
So
whole issue.
exactly. So, all right, folks. So this has been
Ticket stubs and popcorn, just
what
in
he
case.
said. Ticket stubs and popcorn. And I am Frank.
And I'm Peter.
And please remember to like and subscribe and share and comment.
Give us
and
your
just-
comments, and if you'd like to give your opinion on the question that I posed earlier to Frank,
Yeah,
about
recasting Gwyneth
or if
Paltrow.
you have a question for us,
Yeah,
maybe that might work
Definitely.
its way in here too.
yeah,
Never
let's
know.
do that. So we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Take care.